Yeah, Shinegreymon here once again. And so today comes the exciting second death battle. It took quite a bit of thought, and so I'm pretty excited about this. Got some research in. Already know quite a bit about these characters, so didn't have to do as much as for some people I might have to think of. And remember to comment below on what do you want the next death battle to be. So let's get into this. Death battle, Shinegreymon versus Thor. Now first of all, just to set this up fairly, we're talking about the standard Thor, not Thor when he has the Odin Force, as like King Thor, Lord of Asgard. We're talking about him as the awesome Thor. The sorry, but the original Thor. That's what I meant. And he's awesome. Just by the way, original Thor is really awesome. And versus Shinegreymon, the namesake of this channel. And for like my Xbox Live account and my alt, yeah. But so yeah, I really like Shinegreymon. He's my favorite Digimon from that series. So we're gonna be talking about that Shinegreymon, not the name of my Halo account or something like that. Just the awesome Shinegreymon. Yep, Shinegreymon. So let's get started. Okay, so first things to go over for those you don't know. Thor he's the Asgardian Lord of Thunder, has power over the weather, and, great super strength, speed, and vulnerability. His hammer, Mjolnir, grants him flight, and can only be lifted by those who are worthy. It's considered practically unbreakable, but sorry, I kind of go off a rabbit trail, but the Shinegreymon and Thor will be weighing up are mainly just the Shinegreymon from Digimon Data Squad, and the Thor from basically the comics. I'm talking about second volume Thor, because first volume he gets kind of OP. At the same, I mean, he's really vulnerable. Like he has like crappy big defense, but at the same time he gets like really awesome powers. Okay, so yeah. Okay. So yeah. So he's really awesome. I'm just gonna say that on that. Just to note, he's awesome. Why do I keep on... Sorry, I keep on getting off track. So, yeah, so he's really powerful. Overall, he can discharge large amounts of lightning. His hammer is super powerful. In fact, I was actually originally thinking about putting him against Superman, as they're both like the heavyweights of their respective teams, things like that. And so, yeah. That's just a quick summary. This guy's kind of just Thor in a nutshell. I'm not including a lot of his other abilities, though. Shinegreymon is the mega form of Agumon. He is super powerful, dragon type. Now in the TV show, he's like, I think he's about 20 feet tall. In the video games, he's more like your height. So I'm just gonna use the video games for this matchup, mainly because if it was the other height, that would kind of give him a disadvantage, as Thor would just be Thor could just do really well. It wouldn't really be a fair fight. But mainly his skills. He has the famous attack Glorious Burst. That's the most powerful attack. It's strong enough to destroy other megas, which are the most powerful. Okay, so in a nutshell, they're the most powerful form. There's like one form higher than that, but basically, some point is they're super powerful. They're some of the most powerful, like, beings out there. Megas, and he can defeat some of the most powerful Digimon out there with his Glorious Burst. Also, he has the Geo Gray Sword, which is a very powerful weapon, able, kind of like is useful in cases where, like, maybe maybe there's like civilians nearby, so he can't just blast everything to smithereens. And it's a really powerful weapon, though the weakness is that it has been broken before, though not by any like super but it was by like really powerful beings. It was broken by pretty powerful beings. And so yeah, just overall, just to match him up, I overall am kinda... The point is, if I had to choose between all of them, I really... Okay, fine. So sorry, I keep on getting off track. Really sorry about that. But just to keep it simple, if they were to fight, I would actually be putting I'd pretty much be saying that Shinegreymon would probably win, because while Thor is more experienced than him, like far more experienced than Shinegreymon, obviously, and really powerful. Shinegreymon, first of all, has Glorious Burst, which is like powerful enough to hit entire skyscrapers. While Thor can do the same thing, Glorious Burst has been shown to be far more powerful. While Thor's greatest lightning strike, and I can't actually think of it, but I do remember seeing him one time being able to knock Galactus back with a lightning strike, and Galactus is a really tall building. Shinegreymon is able to, with his Glorious Burst, is able to destroy most things. Plus, also, now I was going to bring up that Shinegreymon does have even more powerful forms of Burst Mode, which is what the thumbnail is, that form of Shinegreymon, and also Ruin Mode, which are both extremely powerful. But I couldn't factor those in without factoring in Odin for Thor. So I'm not actually going to factor those in, so it'd just be plain Shinegreymon. But also Shinegreymon does have the Geo-Gray Sword, which, while it's not as durable as Mjolnir, is up there. And plus, it does kind of regenerate. Even though it was destroyed, I do remember him using it later. Just after he tried to use it against, his enemy when it broke, he did have to. He did end up actually being able to. So yeah. But on the other hand, Thor's does have this worthiness factor, which does kind of grant whosoever possesses the hammer, if he be worthy, he shall possess the power of Thor type thing. But overall, that worthiness doesn't really affect anything, because it doesn't actually really help him. Because it's not like he really could wield the Geo-Gray Sword either properly. He'd probably be strong enough to lift it, but he wouldn't be able to wield it properly, as he's not really suited for that. And so, really, both of that would cancel out. Thor's Mjolnir, though, is more powerful, but Shinegreymon abilities come in and of himself. He's able to do a lot of, he's done a lot of, mighty feats, such as, destroyed, super powerful beings. And, Thor's destroyed, Thor actually was defeated by a rival god. I'm not talking about, one of those, Asgardian things. It was, he was on that, and that was one of those cases where Mjolnir was destroyed. Of course, that kind of was almost technicality. But still, he was defeated. Kind of like that thing. And once Mjolnir breaks, now, I'm not going to be doing that crappy weakness he used to have in the earlier comics, where it's he wasn't able to, where it's if his hammer leaves his hand for 60 seconds, because in that case, Shinegreymon would definitely win. But the thing is, just that overall, yeah, Shinegreymon would definitely win this battle. Because, Shinegreymon does have is overall more powerful than anyone, really. So, I would say that Shinegreymon wins. Anytime. So, yeah, I am going to move on to that. Though, yeah, just say below, who do you think should win this death battle? Comment below on that. Who do you think? Was I wrong? But be sure to provide information, because I don't want it to be it's just a fanboy type thing. I might go fanboy with some characters, but, be sure to actually provide some kind of evidence. And hey, I will admit I'm wrong if you prove me wrong. And I would repost the video, type thing. Or at least make some kind of notice that's yeah, I was wrong, guys, sorry. I'll do something like that. So, just by the way, just tell me what you think about this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my other death battles, and just, you can think about that. Right now, the only other one I have up is Samson versus Hercules. And yeah, just check that one out also. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.